So we're here to learn even more about GTT. I think one of the best ways of doing that is to meet people who trust GTT. And I'm here with Jackie, and I'm here with Lance Stern. And they've been trusting GTT for a long time. And I'm really going to ask them, why is that? Why do you trust GTT?
Well, I know Bill almost 10 years already. And I keep coming back. The only reason is service. And the service is really good. I cannot find anybody who will ship the audio by himself and set up by himself and do the testing for us. And because I've been through a few stores in New York City, and there's no ways to get that kind of service. So I like a Bill because he told the truth.
I like that.
Yeah. So that's kind of keep coming back and ask his opinion about how it's set up, what kind of stuff he has. So I think that's pretty good experience when you listen to the good system and good music. Mm-hmm. Music is very important. So that's how I feel about the Bill.
Lance, how about you?
Oh, I have to obviously agree with Jack, but I would even go back before we can even talk about service, that of all the dealers that I've bought from, and certainly many more dealers that I've auditioned with and spoken to, Bill has this uncanny ability to create a natural sound out of components. Over the years, he certainly changed components. He doesn't sell what he was selling 10 years ago or so when I first met him as well. But he's always evolving, but he doesn't evolve just for the sake of changing components so he can resell his customers something he sold last year or the year before. He changes when it's time to change, and it's always real and it's always natural. I can't tell you how many dealers or showrooms I will go to, and you'll hear something that's really sexy and exciting, but when you listen to it, it's highlighted. It draws you in, and you say, "Wow, that sounds great," but it doesn't sound real, right? It's what I call audio porn, right? It's really exciting. It's titillating, but it's not what music sounds like. And Bill has the ability, has that innate ability and the patience and the desire to make it sound right. And he'll spend time, I've seen him spend time in people's homes who never bought a component from him because somebody said, "Can you come over?" He can't get his room to sound right, and he will. And as Jack said, when he sells you something, as unlike most dealers, it's not the end of the relationship, it's actually just the beginning. I can't tell you how many times he's come over just to tweak a system, or if I've had a component that quit or need going for service, he say, well, "Come on over, I'm going to lend you something. You're not going to go without music." There's always an investment. He's invested in me. He's invested in Jack. He's invested in everybody. He has a group of people that are loyal to him because he's loyal to them. And the music is really, at the end of the day, is right.
Well, it's important to Bill. I can tell in his tour, in the showcase we're doing here today, everywhere you look, in every listening room, there's a cabinet full of records. And Bill knows most every record by name, by heart, in each of the slots that we can see around the room. I think my great testimonial about Bill, it's his ability. It's his ability to set up a system.
No question.
I go to most of the audio shows, and over the past several years I've gone to more audio shows, maybe more than any one single tier 1 reviewer has in a long time. Consistently, a GTT room, or a room that Bill's been involved with, a Grimm audio room, has superior sound to other rooms.
Always.
Always. And if you look, if you go to AVShowrooms and look at our awards for the past 3 years, you'll see that there's a trend here. GTT, Bill Parrish is one of them. There's a couple other brands that trend as well too. And they don't, they don't win an award every possible show, but over time you can see there's a consistency.
If I can just interject here, you said there are other brands, and Bill is not a brand, right? He's not Macintosh. He's not MBL.
That's right.
He's not YG Audio. Bill is an individual. Brands come and go, and there are some great brands out there. And you're right. There are some brands that historically, consistently, continually come to the market with really good products. But Bill takes components, puts them together, and creates a synergy. And I think that's really the art. It's taking the individual components and be able to hear, I remember talking to Bill and talking to another one, I won't bring up his name, but a manufacturer, and we were talking about Bill, and Bill walked into a room and out of a room, and he said, I like that component. And he said, well, what about the other components? He said, well, I know what the others sound like. That, I like what it's doing with those. So he's able to extract from a group the sound of an individual component. And when you can do that, you can not just extract, you can add. You can start to say, this will work with this won't work with this, and let's build something. And on top of that, it's not just components. I mean, understand, you know this probably better than I do, the room is as important as the actual components themselves. So you've got to put the right components into the right room to take a great system out of an ideally acoustically tuned room and put it into a bizarre home. Could be a disaster. But you've really got to think abstractly to be able to understand how to do that.
I agree. And I think from my perspective, he proves that at shows. I mean, these oddball hotel rooms, he doesn't know what cards he's going to be dealt, and he ends up within a day making beautiful music.
And everybody has the same challenge, right? So every other dealer, every other manufacturer is going into these shows with the same challenges of these bedrooms, these hotel rooms with the curtains and the coaches' couches pushed to the corner, and they're acoustic nightmares. But somehow he can figure it out.
Well, another thing I want to add about Bill, since I've known Bill, is when I ask Bill a question, I get an honest answer. And I think if I could sum up any one word I can think of for Bill Parrish at GTT Audio, it's I trust him.
Yeah, integrity.
Yeah, I trust him.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think one of the hardest things to do, because certainly I've been in sales many years, one of the hardest things is watching a sales process when people know their product, but their agenda is to sell their product, and their agenda is not to be honest. When the agenda is to do the right thing, because obviously every salesperson's desire is to make a sale after earn a living, but it's so short-sighted when you just think, I'm going to make the sale today and that's the end of it. When you understand that integrity and the long term of doing the right thing is what engenders sales to the future, that's real integrity. And I think Bill does that all the time. I've never seen him fail. I've seen him walk away from sales. I've seen him to do the right thing, to say this is not for you.
Jack, if you could sum up Bill Parrish with a word or two, what would it be?
Well, basically, I think how many times if you do some sales with people can be after that become their friend. The friend between me and Bill, between Lance, all his clients, after the sale become the friends. Has a reason there. So I think that Bill is helping us a lot.
It's a great point. It's a great point. It
So
transcends everything.
Yeah, so that's the kind of thing that I like to Bill. So that's why I'm here today.
Well, I hear three things here. I hear trust, friendship, and expertise.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Well summed up.
There you go. Well, there you are, viewers. People who trust Bill Parrish. I'm one of them. Lance is one of them. Jack's one of them. You might be too. I think you should give GTT a call and see if Bill Parrish can be trusted for your advice as well.